Welcome back, all you Fabricants and Fleshbags, to the super, not funny show, Supercast. The Supercast, where we talk about all things superhero and pop culture, and that's movies, TV shows, video games, and we talk about the news and we do some speculation, all that good and nerdy stuff. I am Mo De Poupe, your resident fabricant and comic extraordinaire on all things pop culture, joined by the anime expert, video game designer, and lover of all things superhero, my good friend Ladi. Lottie, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. Ready to talk about this very, I'll say dynamic, um, Comic Con. Just so much happened. Let's just go ahead and talk about it.
It's very true. San Diego Comic Con just wrapped up, I guess yesterday, and it was huge. There was other non-comic book stuff was pretty huge, like Star Trek stuff was big, and there's plenty of other TV shows and everything that came to there. But we don't care about any of that stuff, not at least on this podcast, because this episode of the podcast is dedicated to all of the Comic Con comic book related stuff that you care about and that we cared about. And it was a lot. So of course that means DC and Marvel, primarily, but we do have one more thing to talk about, which is the Sandman had a presence there as well. So all of that stuff. So no news this week because all the news is Comic Con news, and we're just gonna we're gonna dive into it, talk about trailers and all that stuff. So, Lottie, it's a long list. You ready to get in there?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Yeah, let's get in there and talk about this. So, I kind of grouped all of this stuff by just to make it a little easier. We're gonna do some trailer reviews. We got a bunch of trailers with Comic Con this past weekend, starting on Thursday, and man, we're just gonna roll through them. So we're starting from the top on my list, from Marvel Studios animation. We got the I Am Groot trailer for this show. It's not a show, it's a series of shorts, 5 shorts that's coming up very shortly, like in the next couple weeks, I think. All featuring our favorite little Twiggy, our Twiggy little Groot. So, Lottie, man, what'd you think about that thing?
Happy that something like this definitely exists. Like, is it like shorts as in like 15-minute episodes?
No, I think they're
Something
even
like
shorter than that. I think they're like the Baymax show. And by the way, these are non-canon to the MCU. They're little cute little things, with little Groot running around.
man, I know kids love Groot, so
Yeah,
this is definitely
yes. Yeah, you know what? I love this little thing. It's a little, you were saying before about stuff just needing to be fun in the MCU or something like that. This is just something that's just fun. And like you said, he's cute. Everyone loves Groot. And to see him go on little, adventures or whatever. I think in the trailer was these tiny little creatures, and they were, their whole civilization was going to attack him until he farted out a leaf. That they were like, "Yeah, you're the best." It's just stuff like that. I love the fact that such things even exist, because I don't know about you, but a bunch of people seem to think that everything needs to be grim, dark, and serious. And
no.
yeah, I mean, like, go somewhere with that. I think we were talking. Remember we were talking about the Dungeons and Dragons trailer from last week that premiered at Comic Con, and it's just fun. And like, can't we just have fun instead of being serious all the damn time? So
Yeah, not everything has to be this ultra dark, you know, disturbing. You know what I mean? It can just be fun.
yeah, exactly. So I'm looking forward to it. I can't. I want to. I figure we'll just review the whole little series when it comes out. We also got a trailer for the Sandman, and the Sandman is I've been talking it up over the last year, but it's one of the best, one of the greatest comics in my opinion that's ever been printed. Neil Gaiman was the writer. and he's show running and all. He's deeply involved in this show. And they released the first true trailer for this show that's coming out imminently. I believe in the first week of August, I want to say. And also, they've released a 5-minute clip of the show. So, again, Lottie, we had a chance to take a look at this, and what do you think about it? And I know you're not familiar with this character or the book at all. So, knowing nothing about it except what you've seen, what do you think?
How fucking dare you, Netflix? Show me 5 minutes and then cut it off right there. How dare I was expecting just to see a little trailer, and I'm like, okay, it's 5 minutes. And I was like, okay. Then all of a sudden, I'm just sucked in. Then I see, damn, Netflix, you suck. You fucking
That
suck.
first hit is
I
free.
was,
That first hit is free, baby.
God, that was, honestly, I'm going to just tell you right now, that first 5 minutes, in my opinion, was better than any trailer they showed of the show. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like to actually see, because let's be honest, you can, these trailer people can make almost anything look good. They can make a terrible movie look good or a terrible show look good. But to see 5 minutes of it was just dialogue, and I was like, I was so invested in it. You know what I mean? Like Lucifer saying, "Oh, he was like, what is your name, demon?" And he's like, he looks at Lucifer and says, "Is he allowed me to ask me that?" And Lucifer says the name, and I'm like, oh boy, what's this Netflix? Fuck you.
I
Oh,
kind of love that. That's because I do know that that particular scene. I'm very aware of it. I've very recently listened to the audiobook version of that, the audio drama version of it, and I have to be honest, it looks great. This show looks great. I don't know. I wasn't just like, oh man. And I think it's, again, because I know this what's happening, but still they've visually gotten it right. Gwendolyn Christie, I remember we were saying that it was controversial because Christie's a woman and everyone's thinking Tom Ellis as Lucifer. But honestly, this is a bit more in line with the actual comic. People's understanding of Lucifer comes from a TV show that was inspired by the comic, but it wasn't word for word from it. And this was
man, these
straight up,
people.
yeah, this is straight up a scene from the comic, and hell looks crazy. I mean, and we're getting more of it. And even when you see that actual trailer, there is so much fantastical about. That's what I would call this. It's fantastical in the sense that there are regular people who are sort of brushing up against cosmic deities, essentially. That's because that's what Dream is, and that's Lucifer is a fallen angel and the Lord of Hell, and Death is the sister of Dream, and you saw that one person that was lounging on the chair. That's Desire, again, another entity, and so that, and then you saw the one guy in the white. That's the Corinthian. He's just utterly evil nightmare. And
Just
there's more to. And remember you saw like the bit where the blood splashed against the window in that diner. Like
hmm
I'm telling you, for those of us who know, that's like holy shit. They're going hard in this. And for those of you that don't know, just trust me. They're about to go hard. They're gonna blow your mind. So I cannot. I'm telling you, I am super excited for this show. And I honestly, can I tell you for real? I'm excited for you to see this show because I honestly think that it's right up your alley. I think
yeah,
you are going to love it.
I
Uh,
like the aspects of horror. I like the little like I love that they didn't go for the easy trope. I love they didn't go for the easy trope of making Lucifer this horrific thing. No,
Lucifer,
Lucifer is
technically,
Daystar.
Lucifer, yeah, Lucifer Morningstar. that's what they call him. Lucifer's supposed to be a fallen angel,
Beautiful.
beautiful. So
And
yeah.
it's Lucifer's in all white. You know what I mean? It's
Hmm.
clearly a contrast of what the place they are in, and it's just that's what I like. When I think of Lucifer, I think of this being that is, of course, beautiful and clean, but it's in a dark, dank place. It just looks off.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like Lucifer has manners while everybody else, and like you can clearly see that demon has that Duke of Hell has doesn't have very doesn't have much manners, while Lucifer has manners. You know what I mean? I just love that, and I'm really excited. I'm excited for this. You know what I mean? I was in on the on Twitter. There was a couple of people, I guess the neo Christians that are like, "Oh, to the show because Lucifer's in it," and I'm like, "So you're not so keep that same energy when you read the Bible. It just sounds stupid."
It's gonna be interesting, I think, and it's August 5th. So I mean, literally next week. Yes, it's going down. So I can't wait. We're definitely going to. I think I'm probably gonna try to binge it and so we can hurry up and review it. So
Hmm.
we'll check that out then. Moving on to the Black Adam trailer. So we had The Rock premiered the trailer at the DC panel. Again, we had a chance to look at it. Lottie, what did you think? This is I believe the second trailer. So what do you think about it?
Like that. I'm happy to see. I'm happy to see. I can't wait for this, man. I can't wait to see The Rock finally do Hulk shit and it makes sense.
The Rock landed smackdown on candy asses.
him him holding a car and a helicopter together this time will actually make sense. I'm looking forward to this. I'm
Ah!
looking. It's surprisingly like real talk. Me and my friend Anthony have had said this that the movie we expect him to actually do this, we haven't seen him do it in the trailer, but we've seen
Yeah.
him in all his regular movies. He's like doing impossible stuff. So it's just like
He's just shooting
it's just.
lightning and stuff, basically. But yeah.
But yeah, I look forward to this. Hopefully, we get the man that was born to be Superman in the
Oh,
movie.
we'll
Hopefully.
get to that. We're gonna get to that later on when we talk about the panels. But I like this one. I like this one better than the previous one. We got to see Doctor Fate in action.
Hmm.
Pierce Brosnan sounds and looks great as Doctor Fate. Got to see Aldous Hodge as Hawkman. He looked cool. There was a lot more to it. Only thing I'll say against this is, and this isn't necessarily the movie itself, but it's the aesthetic that Zack Snyder sort of imbued into the DCU, and that's the unreality of things. Everything looks like it's on a soundstage, or it looks like it's in the volume, or it looks like it's CG. Like, I don't really buy that things are really real, if that makes any sense.
Hmm.
Like, I watched Aquaman and I was fine with it because his shit is underwater and it's some kind of like underwater space age city, and there's giant animals and shit like that. So I buy all of that stuff. But on this one, which it looks like he's in Kandak, and it's just like I can tell that's not a real city down there underneath you. And I hope this is just that the CG's not totally tightened up yet. I hope that that's what that means, because I
This
was
might be a reoccurring thing in DC, though.
yeah. It just feels like it's a video. It feels video gamey, if that makes sense. But that said, I'm very much looking forward to this. I did like seeing the interaction. Finally, see the Rock interact with another hero or whatever, and it was cool. And Doctor Fate doing this sort of Doctor Strange, duplicate thing. So I like the trailer. I'm looking forward to more of it. The next one's the Shazam trailer. I'm gonna say straight up, God damn, I love this trailer. Oh my god, I don't, I love the first Shazam. I saw it like three
Yep.
times. I really, really, I liked it way more than most people did.
Oh,
Uh,
I love Shazam.
and yes, and I watched this trailer. I was like, dang, y'all are literally giving me even more of what I liked about the first one. So straight up, I loved it. I got more to say, but what do you think about it?
So here's my feelings on Shazam. I feel Shazam is in my opinion, it did the teen and superhero in live action the best in my opinion when it comes to like modern day superhero. Teen and superhero put together, they did it very well, and I really enjoyed the first movie. And the way the second movie starts off, it just the trailer is just, I like you said, I'm down for this. I down, they're of course they have the Eminem
Oh
playing in
yeah.
the
Oh,
background.
I knew if
That
the
is a
Eminem
big
got you, I knew the Eminem would get you.
that's a good, that's a good point for me. So, also I just like how they're adding more to the story. Of course we know we talked about this on the supercast that this villain of course is a movie exclusive. They're not from the comic book. But I like how he's like he got hit, or he's having like a, I guess, a superhero crisis. He's like, oh, all these people do such amazing stuff, and all I do is get knocked into trash cans. You know what I mean? And it's just, I, I am enjoying this. I'm enjoying. I cannot wait to see this movie. I
Right.
will watch it day one.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks fun. Once
Yeah.
again, fun. Like that needs to be an overriding thing, I think. Especially for Shazam. I think part of the reason why I like Shazam so much is that very much like Aquaman, it's just fun. And like I want more of that. Like I even the unreality, well, like I said, it makes sense to me because of who Shazam is. And he's not a grown man. He's still just a teenager, sort of trying to figure things out. I love the way all of the Shazam family looked. They were at some point they were riding like look what looked like Thestrals with unicorn horns, and that was awesome. There's a dragon. Helen Mirren looks awesome. Lucy Liu looks awesome. I mean, Rachel Zegler was in there, and she's one of the daughters of Atlas. And I mean, I don't know what else I need. This is the first trailer. We're not even. The second trailer is going to tell us more about what's really going on. But man, this hit. As far as I'm concerned, I absolutely am even more excited to see this. So, great trailer as far as I'm concerned. Next trailer was the She-Hulk trailer for the show that's coming up. I believe I want to say it's on the 8th of August 8th. So basically in about 10 days. Well, Ladi, what did you think about this trailer?
So the way the beginning just starts off, and you just see Hulk's hand just show up with the blowhorn, and it's like, get your ass up. I already, I want to see this. I just want to see. You already know how I feel. I want to see this show, and now they have the. You know, can I say something? Why does it seem like they always want to make this guy like it's a kept secret, but somehow photos of him leak out of him being something every time? You know what I mean? You see him as Daredevil in these photos. You just said it yourself.
That's
Like
right.
it's like what at this point they need Disney needs to change their strategy, because whatever it is that they are trying to do with him to keep shit secret, it's not working. It's just
Well, it's
not
that's the
working.
thing. It's not a secret. They're just that. Look, they're just trying. They're tantalizing. They're just teasing. It's the first trailer, man. They're just teasing you. They want you to come in and see what's up. But yeah, in the yellow and red, at the very end, Daredevil flipping in with the yellow and red. We
Mhm.
already know who Daredevil is in the MCU. Feige has said it. We know who it is, but they just got to hold a little bit back just to, just for that. And I don't give a damn. I saw the man flip in. I was like, I popped off. Why wouldn't I? In fact, let me just say this. I love this trailer. This trailer is so good. I was laughing at all the places you're supposed to laugh.
Mm-hmm.
I've only seen the trailer. I already love She-Hulk. I already love Jennifer Walters. I can't wait to see more of what she does. She's funny. She breaks the fourth wall. She's talking to us in the audience, and all of the ridiculous things that seem to be about to pop off in this. And by the way, I think this is a 9-episode show. It's not even short, right? You get to see some Bruce Banner. Wong shows up, right? There's, of course we saw Titania, but other superpowered people are in there. I mean, what the hell's not to love about this show? This show looks awesome.
I hope Wong shows up for like the most ridiculous thing. He's trying to defend himself for being sued, or like he needs a.
I honestly think he's there because he wants Blonsky to get free, and she's going to be defending Blonsky in this case, trying to get him free out of the raft. Because remember in Shang-Chi, he was breaking into the raft and breaking him out so that they could have their little, cage fights, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what that's related to. But man, they have a fight in the courtroom. I mean, all that stuff. Man, I just know that it was funny. It looked like there was cool stuff going on, and she's clearly going to reluctantly be some kind of superhero. And plus, again, Daredevil. What else do you want? So, I mean, that's a hell of a trailer. I love that trailer. And I can't wait.
Yeah.
And I was wrong about the date. It's the 17th of August. So, a little less than a month from now. We're going to check that out. And we'll see what's going on after that. So, okay, finally, this is the one I really wanted to talk about. The Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer. They dropped it at the Marvel panel. And you know what? I got lots to say. So, Ladi, what did you think about it?
So I'm gonna say this. One thing I've noticed, honestly, it felt like the person who made the trailer is the same person who made the trailer for Avatar. It kind of felt like I was watching, the Avatar 2 that's coming out, Way of Water. It felt like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it was that like serene music playing in the background. There's a lot of like stuff happening. Because, clearly we see that I guess I wonder if they're going to go into it, but it's just as we were saying, Black Panther died off screen.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, T'Challa has died off screen, and we're wondering. So basically, now they have to figure out, because pretty much what I'm guessing the whole movie is, how are they still Wakanda without a Black Panther? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Who is there? The Black Panther is always there to defend them. And now they're being attacked by the Atlanteans, and we see at the end, of course, what's her name is they show the birth of the son, or who knows, maybe it's a daughter, but we don't know. All we know is there was a child.
I do believe that's a flashback of Namor being born. Pretty sure.
I thought that was what's her name, Lupita. I thought that was Lupita.
No. That was not that. I believe you were saying because it was all underwater. I believe you were saying.
Oh, that was
Namor. Saying
Namor.
Namor being. You saw the wings on his ankles.
Oh, okay. But isn't Lupita? Didn't they show her pregnant?
No, that was
maybe I'm.
No, that was a different person.
Okay, my bad. But so basically, this is a whole movie with how are they supposed to basically be without Black Panther? Without a Black Panther, and of course they show a tease at the end of of
Somebody,
Black Panther.
somebody's.
Everybody said Michael B. Jordan, and I was like,
The man's literally dead. Y'all hang that up. Like, throw that whole idea in the trash can because it's not true. There's plenty of other people that could be it. My God, this trailer gave me goosebumps on the real. Not just because they're
Mhm.
showing, obviously, Chadwick Boseman, T'Challa is actually gone, and that the nation's in mourning. Um, it was, in part because his mother, Ramonda, that powerful, like, kind of speech about, what she's had to sacrifice, you know. But it was also just the imagery. This movie clearly was shot by a master. Like, the director of photography clearly is, highly skilled. Ryan Coogler, his vision is like, I think honestly at this point he's been underrated in terms of his directing. His vision for this movie has been so well realized and it looks so different. Tell me another Marvel movie that looks like this movie. I challenge. Tell me one that looks like the way this movie looked. You know, I thought,
Yeah, that's why I was saying
yeah,
it gave me like an Avatar. Like it looks very
it
impressive.
looks,
Like it looked
yeah,
impressive.
it looks amazing. The whole Atlantean thing. We see M'Baku's going to be fighting against Atlanta. He's looking awesome. Winston Duke is looking awesome. Tino Huerta, as we finally get to see him as Namor. He looks magnificent. Let's just call it like it is. The Atlanteans look awesome. They look formidable. They look like regal. They look like a serious competitor with Wakanda. And the Wakandans are looking awesome. The Dora look great. We got Okoye looking badass. Then we even got to see Riri Williams in there, pounding out that little metal heart. So we get to see Ironheart at work. We get to see. There was one. If you were paying attention, Michaela Cole. We talked about her months and months, last year probably, as Aneka, as a former Dora, and she looked
Hmm.
badass. Like, everybody is looking on point in this shit, and this movie looks fucking amazing. Like, you know what? We were talking about should they recast T'Challa. They're not going to do it. Obviously, they've decided a way to go, but somehow his presence is still going to loom large over this movie, right? And as much as I've given her shit, Letitia Wright obviously is a large presence in this as well, right? And Angela Bassett is going to be a large presence in this. And I have a feeling that this is, a lot of people have been talking a lot of, like, how, maybe subpar some of the Marvel output has been. I don't think this is going to be it. Honestly, it looks like this is going to be it's going to be Black Panther, but better. I'm just saying from this trailer, maybe the trailer just really is showing the best stuff, but it looks like this is going to be an S tier movie, just from what I'm seeing. But anyway, I could go on and on. Lottie, I can't believe this is what we're getting. That's yeah, woo. I I feel emotionally spent, and we haven't even watched the movie yet. So anyway, that's coming out in November. We'll check that out then. Hopefully they'll have another trailer before then, and we'll talk about it then. So that's all of the trailers for Comic Con we're going to talk about. So I'll get to the proper Comic Con news. And so we're going to start off with some animation, some Marvel animation. So we know Marvel has been kind of leaning into animation a lot more. They did What If last year. But this one isn't really, I don't think this is Marvel Studios, but it's still Marvel adjacent, I guess you could say. And that's the Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur Disney show. Now, I'm just going to say this straight up. This is a show meant for Disney Channel. Okay? Let's get that out of the way. It's meant for Disney Channel. And I will say this also. I don't give a damn. I this little bit they released like a little clip of the show, and this it's not coming out till next year. But I fucking loved it. I'm a fan of the Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur comic book that this is based on. And yes, I get this is supposed to be a kids show, and I get that. I don't give a damn. I'm gonna be up on this show straight up every episode because it looks and plays exactly the way I expected, and I think it's yeah, very well realized, and I don't give a damn if it's for kids. It's from me too, damn it. So I'm very excited for it. But Lottie, what do you think?
It gave me a lot of Proud Family vibes when I was looking at it. I was like, this kind of looks like like it was made by the same people who did Proud Family. It gives off some what is that thing? Teen Titans Go
Yeah.
type feeling.
Can I
But
also
it
throw a little
looks
bit more into it?
mhm.
Just a little bit of Static Shock. Just a little
it,
bit.
it
Just
give it gives it like I watched the show. I can tell it's going to be cartoony, but I don't think it's going to be so if there was two extremes. Static Shock was the more grown adult kid show, and Teen Titans Go is the more very kiddie. I think it's going to be in the middle. I don't think it's going to be as over the top and ridiculous as Teen Titans Go is, where there's almost no really saving the day type thing, and it's just funny.
hmm
Like this is going to be funny, but she's actually going to be saving the day. You know what
right.
I mean? From actual threats.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't think it's going to be on the level of Static Shock, because Static Shock almost was like, if Static Shock was if Static Shock just a little bit more could have been a PG-13 type cartoon, because it had a lot of drugs and different stuff talking about in the hood and stuff. But I think it's going to be a nice medium. I think this show is going to be able to like adults and kids are going to be able to watch it. It's not going to be like Teen Titans Go, where it's going to be like some adults might
right.
be like, what the hell am I watching? You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm happy about. That it's not this overly like slapsticky
Yeah.
show.
Well, I'm personally gonna watch it. So I'm a grown ass man, and I don't care because this. I've been so happy with the idea that they're just gonna make this thing at all. So, but when it does come out, like I said, next year, and we'll talk about it more as we see more information about that. So, Lottie, let's move on to Marvel Animation proper. Let me just say, Marvel Animation came to win. I mean, I know everybody else is going to be talking about the live action stuff. I get that. I get it. I get it. Marvel Animation did not fuck around in this Comic Con. They came with the heat. They came with a bunch of stuff and good God, just a bunch of stuff that I'm super excited about. So we'll go from the top. I got my list again. Spider-Man freshman year, which is something we remember at I think it was it last year or the year before last. They announced. So it's basically an animated prequel to Spider-Man Homecoming, right? And then Spider-Man Homecoming, I think how old is he then? Is he 16 or something like that? So this is all the prequel to that, and so they revealed some character designs and all that stuff for the show, and it looks pretty damn good. You know what actually makes me think of? It makes me think of like the old school comic, like the art style on this reminds me of 1960s Peter Parker stuff. Like they very much are
I,
inspired by that old school John Romita or Jack Kirby sort of stuff, and I love it. I think the art style is great. Obviously we're way early in the production process, so they don't have anything else to show us except character designs. but it's like an old school sort of design with new kind of fashions and styles or whatever. So anyway, Lottie, you get a chance to look through this, and they got the villains gallery, like his rogues gallery. These are people apparently
So,
he fought before he ever met Tony Stark. It's crazy.
that's the thing that's kind of confusing. So this is a canon prequel.
It is a
So it's
canon prequel.
so he knew Doctor Strange before
I don't
Tony
know.
Stark.
I don't know how that works.
That's the
Honestly,
thing that's the thing that's throwing me off. That this could be a prequel, but is it a canon prequel to
th-
our Spider-Man?
they
Like,
say it. They
is
say
it?
it is. Uh,
That's what throws me off about. He knows Doctor Strange. Maybe, maybe, maybe this is
Multiverse
our.
or something.
Yeah, this is the Doctor Strange from our world, but he went into the past. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because because there are some hints in like Spider-Man. What is it? Multiverse of Madness. He doesn't know Peter Parker, but he knows Spider-Man. But the way he mentioned about Spider-Man, it's like he knew somewhat of who Peter Parker is. He just doesn't know
Well,
him
he had
closely.
never met Doctor Strange prior to Infinity War.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
So
that's what I'm saying. Like
so
this might be.
this might actually be non-canonical, but it was supposed to be canonical. So it is very strange because if you look at like the character designs, you don't see Ned and you don't see MJ, right? Um, at least I can't tell either of them on here. And also, you have, Norman Osborn's in this,
Yeah,
like a bunch of different villains that some of whom we've seen, some of whom we have not in the MCU. And you also have Daredevil's going to be in it, and he's going to be like the proto Tony. And then they had some like weird Spider-Man suit designs, like we're playing the PS4 game. So who knows? You know what? This
I I,
I'm gonna
I
reserve
almost want to
judgment
say
on
this
it.
is multiverse. I want to say this is almost a multiverse thing
Hmm.
because it has to be because we'll
Yeah,
see.
yeah,
But I am. This looks dope.
yeah.
This
No,
looks dope.
they came to play. I'm telling you. Another one they showed was something I know you and I were just like fuck yeah when they said they were doing it. X-Men '97, the sequel, if you will, to the '90s X-Men show. The X-Men have been getting like mad, push lately, thanks to Miss Marvel and Multiverse of Madness. So they showed again character designs and everything, and my God, it's like they just cut and pasted from the original, the original '90s cartoon. I mean, like literally, I
Don't
would
fix
not.
what's not broken.
I was like, this looks exactly like the '90s cartoon, with the blue and gold outfits. But this time around, more characters than before. Cable, so they got Cable, Bishop, Forge, Sunspot's gonna be in it. What's his name? Morph, and then the bad guys. Oh, they got the good bad guys too. So we got Mister Sinister, uh, the White Queen, Sebastian Shaw, and of course Magneto looking pretty dope in here. And they say maybe he's going to be leading the X Men.
Magneto.
God dang, this looks awesome. And this is just character designs. My imagination is kind of running wild right now, to be honest. Looks
Yeah,
great. I think it looks great. What do you think?
yeah. It looks. Yeah, yeah. I'm happy that they're keeping the old '90s thing, and that's not a boomer take by me. I'm just saying I'm happy that they're keeping it because don't fix what's not broken. It looks
Right.
great. You know what I mean?
And they're updating the content without necessarily changing the visual style of the show. And of course, the animation is going to be better because it's not 1995 anymore. So I'm looking forward to it, and we'll find out more in the future. I want to say that it's not coming. Is it coming out next year? I think. Yeah, next fall, and they've already greenlit the second season, so that's fucking great. Um, and I want to also say, but I forgot to mention this on SpiderMan, they greenlit season 2 of it for the calling it sophomore year, so that's pretty cool. Next one is Marvel Zombies. So we also knew about this one ahead of time. We finally get some information about this. It's a spinoff of What If, that Marvel Zombies episode. And once again, we get character designs. But man, these character designs are ridiculous. Like you can tell it's the same, pseudo 3D kind of style. But who's zombies and who are the heroes? So we got returning for zombies. We still got Scarlet Witch, Abomination, Cap, cut in half. Cap apparently is still running around. But we also have Ghost.
Oh,
Remember
the
Ghost
demon.
from Ant-Man 2?
Yeah,
And Captain Marvel. Captain
this
Carol motherfucking
demon chick.
Danvers. And also Icarus. Fuck motherfucking Icarus. First of all, how do you zombify somebody that ain't alive? I'm curious. But he's a zombie Icarus. So you basically have zombie Superman in this bitch. Whoa. But on the hero side, and this was what I love. I love this, man. Just because it's leaning so hard into Phase 4. In the Marvel Zombies episode of What If, it very much was the characters we already seen before, right? Now we're seeing characters we've just learned about in Phase 4, who are part of this. So Yelena and Kate Bishop.
Please be the original actors being the
You know
voices.
what? Hey, let's don't hold your
I
breath. But
I know.
you
I
got
know.
Yelena, Kate Bishop, Jimmy Woo looking like a badass, Shang-Chi, Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, the Death Dealer from Shang-Chi, Red Guardian, woof, and then Katie, Aquafina, Katie. And we also see some survivors are 4 scrolls, because we know that from Secret Invasion that scrolls are going to be on Earth, right? And we also see a team of ex Black Widows who are kicking ass. Man, like again, all we see is character design. I don't give a damn. I'm fucking excited as shit for this show.
Please tell me that Spider Strange is in this movie, in this show.
I think he gets killed by zombie Thanos. Honestly, that's just because they were heading for Wakanda. Remember? I think they get.
But didn't he get saved?
We never saw that. They were just heading there, and then at the end of the
No, but
episode,
didn't what's the name take him from that universe?
who took him from the universe?
Wasn't he in
He
the
was
people that helped fight against
no. The only
Oh,
thing that came from that was that they took the zombies from that universe to kind of overwhelm Ultron. So yeah, I think he's dead, but we'll see. We gonna see. Uh, that comes out. I want to say not next year, but I think it's gonna be the year after. Um, but that's pretty cool, man. It comes out in 2024. Final bit of animation news is Marvel's What If Season 2, which was supposed to come out this year, but it is now coming out early next year. And as Season 3 has already been greenlit, I don't have a ton to say about this because, all they really said was, hey, we got a new season coming, and here's what some of the episodes are going to be. And it's they have one about Hela, Odin versus the Mandarin, which sounds awesome. Captain Carter meets the Winter Soldier,
I called it.
and Tony
So
Stark. Tony Stark on Sakaar with Valkyrie and Hulk. So those are, it. And then apparently, There's also a possibility that they're going to be doing a Marvel 1602 episode, which is that's pretty cool. If y'all don't know what 1602 is, that's a kind of a what if comic about the Avengers, coming to be in 1602 in America. So pretty neat. So all in all, and I'm happy for this. I've heard a lot of people talk slander against What If, to which I say, shut your mouth, haters, because What If was awesome, and I kind of love the idea of just being able to play around with these characters and do new and cool things and not worry about multi-million-dollar budgets. So a lot of you, I feel like we're on the same page here.
Yep. Yeah, someone better pick up that phone
Why is
because I
that?
fucking called it. I called it. Everybody said I don't. They were all saying they think I'm reaching. I called it. I said, "What if?" And what if Steve Rogers is going to be the Winter Soldier? And they're like, "Nah, I don't see that." Well, this title kind of just points it out. I
Right.
mean,
Yep. I mean, it's
so
they actually showed a whole episode, the Captain Carter versus Hydra Stomper episode, and also they also confirmed that Captain Carter in this What If is not the Captain Carter that got cut in half by Wanda.
oh
Um,
yeah, we all
so
know
they're
that.
not the same ones, which I don't understand why that had to even be said. I have to be clear. I don't understand why that needs to be said. Because obviously, in Multiverse of Madness, that Doctor Strange is the Sinister Strange wasn't the same as Strange Supreme. Like I said, I mean,
And also, this Peggy Carter is much more powerful than that Peggy Carter was.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
remember, this Peggy Carter fought an outer dimensional being
and
and
lived,
won.
yeah, and she came when she came back. She didn't when she went away. She wasn't frozen in ice. She was in some outer, what fighting some elder god or some crap like that. So yeah, she's not the same.
Yeah,
That's cool. That's
that
cool.
that Captain Carter, I don't think will beat Wanda, but Wanda would have got fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So that's that was all the Marvel animation stuff, and again they came to play, and I really man I'm looking forward to all that stuff. So all right, so let's move on to the DC. Let's the DC panel. Which let me just say straight up, what a fucking disappointment. Can I? You know what? Am I off base here? Like, I mean, it was
No.
cool. Yes. Hey, they showed that Shazam trailer. I'm down with it. That Shazam trailer was awesome. They showed Black Adam. Cool. They talked about that. Cool. They didn't do anything else. Oh, all y'all that y'all were you know so hyped up about all these outlets had you hyped up about Henry Cavill. Nope. Nope, y'all got blue balls now because he didn't show up, right? this this big thing everyone was hyped up for. No Henry Cavill, no confirmation of Superman, no movement on Superman, no fucking idea about what they're really trying to do with. I mean, obviously they're working on their other movies, but no plan, no understanding where they're going forward, none of that shit. And people wonder why is DC just behind? Like this, am I wrong? That was the biggest fucking layup. Like that was the easiest layup possible. You know
Yeah.
that was LeBron dunking on a 6 foot goal. It's just say Henry Cavill's back as Superman, and they fucking whiffed it. It's who knows why. I'm not saying we know why, but just like how how did they Lottie, how'd they screw up this 1 hour long panel that should have gotten them back on the right course?
Mhm. I don't know, man. Maybe Discovery told them to hold things back, but I just like you said. if you would have just had Henry Cavill say Henry Cavill is Superman and have him walk on stage, I mean, the whole place would have fucking
You didn't
exploded.
even have to have him walk on stage because as my understanding is, the man is working on Witcher season 3. Which, by the way, Henry Cavill, have at it, sir, because I love The Witcher and go get that. But he's in another country filming Witcher. Cool. There's such thing as the internet. There's satellites. There's all that stuff. You could have had the man duck off, be like, "Hey, I'm working hard on something. I'm doing something else, but I'm back as Superman." Bam.
Yep.
He
He could have
didn't
had
have to
it,
be there.
like you said, he could duck off, and then like he comes up, he turns around, and he has a button up shirt and he rips it open, and then the S shows up.
Basically, like, what are y'all? I don't understand this. I at this moment, I'm honestly, and again, I'm no professional or whatever, but I don't get it. How do you have the greatest superhero of all time on your roster and you bench him? How? Explain to me why that makes sense. You do not have Michael Jordan and put that motherfucker on the bench all season.
Yeah.
Like I did, it baffles me what the thinking is there. I don't at this point, I don't even care if it's Henry Cavill. Just make a fucking Superman movie. Tell us
Yeah.
who he is. Announce Superman, so we can get on with it.
It's
It's just
crazy.
ridiculous. Like
It's crazy
I
that it's
don't want to
about to
sound
be.
I don't want to say I'm angry about it, but I don't get it. Like I want
Yeah.
DC to be good. I want them to kick ass because I love DC. I love their characters and I love Superman. I don't understand why he doesn't exist except in shadows or some shit. It's Lottie. Just I don't know. I could rant forever. Just how are they? They're just dropping the ball, man.
It's crazy, like you said. It's about to be 10 years. Next year will make 10 years since Man of Steel has been out, and that's fucking crazy. That one of your best DC movies, you know, hasn't had a sequel in 10 years. That is disgraceful. Like you said, everybody is getting love except you have the one hero that 90% of the planet know who it is. And it's just like I was just talking about this with one of my friends that just we don't understand how DC just messes this up. Marvel has to do so much hoops, hurdles, and jumps to get you to like a former superhero. Because let's be honest, the only hero that's Marvel has that is honestly like recognizable is like Spider-Man, and the other couple they didn't even own. Well, they don't own Spider-Man. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
The Disney doesn't even show shit. That doesn't, they didn't own any of their actual popular IPs. They didn't own the X-Men. They didn't own Spider-Man. They didn't own Fantastic Four. The characters that are world renowned, they didn't own. They had to make you like Iron Man, who is, let's be honest, an irrelevant character. He shows up a couple of times, but he's an irrelevant character in the comic books. I had to tell people this. Like, people are trying to tell me how important Iron Man is. I'm like, he's not that important, guys. He has moments, but in the grand scheme of Marvel comic books, he's like a B tier hero. I'm just being honest. The MCU turned him into that. DC doesn't have to do that. You own Superman, Batman, the Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, the Flash. I mean, you literally don't even have to do an explanation of who this person is. If we see the suit, 90% of the human population knows who these people are, especially Superman. And it's just, I don't understand how Superman is just not getting the love. And then on top of this, like you said, like you said, if you were saying about Henry Cavill, if you don't care, I'm just saying to myself, the man who was born to be Superman, who literally is one of the main reason people even watch your damn movies. You are just like, you're treating him like he's a C tier actor. You know what I mean? And they're treating Superman like he's a D tier hero. And it's just,
Yeah.
I don't understand this about DC. It's like, imagine if Sony hasn't made a God of War in like 15 years. What the hell? It's like, imagine if Nintendo hasn't made a Mario game in 10 years. Can you
Yeah.
imagine that?
Nope. Literally, that can't imagine that. It is crazy, man. That's well, on the upside though, we did get some good news. And that is, according to Jim Lee, no plans to move forward with Snyderverse stuff. So, woo. Let's good job. Y'all figured
There's a
out.
lot.
Like
There's a
y'all
lot
figured
of
that
people
out.
dying right now after that came out. There's a lot of
I mean,
people just
well, in light of the foolishness we didn't talk about it, but the news about the whole Snyderverse shit, like that's good. That's my answer. It's good. Let's move on because clear, like all these restore the Snyderverse, motherfucker. No, the Snyderverse needs to justify itself. At this point, in my opinion, it needs to justify itself, and monetarily, it hasn't. So, no. No, so anyway, that's all the DC stuff. What a fucking disappointment that was. We thought they were gonna come hard, but instead, no.
wet blanket.
Yeah, super disappointing. Especially in light of what we're about to talk about, which is Kevin Feige came in and he said he said y'all better duck because I'm about to turn left and I don't want to slap you in the face with my dick. Because he walked in, he walked in. He was just basically like, y'all know I'm about to get a big dub, right? Big old dub, because Marvel brought the heat. You thought Marvel Animation did better than DC. Let's put that in perspective. Marvel Animation did better than DC, but Marvel Studios proper, they had some shit to say. We're gonna run through some of this quickly. This like stuff that we already this is stuff we already knew or that's being announced, but no nothing more than just announcements. The Agatha Harkness spinoff has been renamed to Agatha Coven of Chaos. Loki season 2 has officially been named to be part of Phase 5. That's right. Phase 4 ends this year with Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. So Phase 5 starts next year. So part of that is, like I said, Agatha Coven of Chaos, Loki Season 2, which we've started to see some, pictures from. Then we got Thunderbolts, Captain America New World Order, and Daredevil Born Again have all been officially announced. We sort of knew about Daredevil. We knew about Captain America 4. We just didn't know what it was called. And we had heard about Thunderbolts. I want to talk about Daredevil real quickly because we did mention him coming up in SheHulk. This is a TV show that's going to obviously be on Disney Plus. Vincent D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox will be reprising a role as Kingpin and Daredevil, respectively. I would assume other members of the Netflix show are coming back also. But, and this is kind of big and unprecedented for Disney Plus Marvel shows, it is getting an 18 episode order. 18 episodes of Daredevil guaranteed. Ladi. I mean, that alone is still more than what DC had to say, right? We're getting, we're not just getting, and I wouldn't be surprised if I don't think it's going to be a TVMA, but it's definitely going to be pushing the PG-13 very hard. So Daredevil, Feige is basically, he said, Charlie Cox is Daredevil whenever he shows up, and now he's in 4 things, right? Dude is showing up in 4 things. Oh, and I also forgot to mention, he's going to be doing the voice of Daredevil in the SpiderMan freshman year animated show also, right? They're
All
coming.
this time, so this is why they were hiding him so much.
Yeah, they're going hard. They're going hard. This is just announcements. They haven't even shown anything. They're just announcing this stuff, man. Just oh my gosh, that's that's the official announcements, right? So now let's talk about stuff they had a little bit more for. We got the Guardians 3. They brought out, they brought most of the cast of Guardians 3 out on the stage, and they talked about Guardians 3 and they showed some footage, right? And this is the last Guardians that James Gunn is going to do, and featuring this roster. He said it's like just because it's ending doesn't mean people are going to be dead or anything, but this version of the Guardians is over after this episode or after this movie, and it's going to feature finding out about Rocket, but also as we speculated months and maybe earlier in the year, Chikwudi Iwuji, who we knew was Mern from Peacemaker, he was cast in this movie as the High Evolutionary, and he actually came out in his High Evolutionary costume. And so I'm assuming that's what has to do with Rocket and everything. But there's, gosh, it's sounding really awesome. Apparently, what's her name? Gamora is running the Ravagers and all that stuff. And so they mentioned they had some footage and everything like that. So Ladi, the Guardian story is coming to an end, man. But it looks like it's going to go out with a bang, and it's going to have Adam Warlock and all that. Just what do you think? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for the end of the Guardians?
I already can tell you, man. This movie might almost make me cry because James Gunn has a way of doing this. I don't know if he's going to use the song "House of Pain," but he's definitely going to find a way to make this movie sad, and I'm
Mm.
looking forward to it. This is going to be his last hurrah, so it's going to be good. James Gunn is going to do his best on this, and I hope this guy acts similar to Mern and might cuss him out because
He might
I
actually.
want.
I actually think he is much worse than Mern. Like as a person, ooh, he's a bad guy in the comics.
Oh no, I know, but there was like I was rewatching Peacemaker, and there was a
Mhm.
part where Mern was like mad because Vigilante was in prison, and he was like, "Fuck you guys," and I, I will love
Probably let it
him to
happen.
do the same thing. Well, he can't say that. He'll
Yeah.
say "screw you guys" or something. It is PG-13. He'll say that to the Guardians, like "screw you guys."
I forgot to mention we have a Cosmo. Maria Bakalova is going to be voicing Cosmo, the Cosmonaut dog that we saw in the previous one, but we didn't really get, or it was the first one, but we didn't actually get to see her do anything. And I'm so happy. I love Cosmo, and I didn't. I was so unhappy that they didn't really do anything with him with her before. Uh, so that's pretty cool. Again, we're getting Adam Warlock. That's pretty awesome. Um, this sounds so good. I cannot wait for a trailer. Apparently, they showed footage, and we're not going to get any of that until they cut a trailer together. So, um, sounds good to me, uh, and I can't wait to hear more about it. We also got Ant-Man 3 footage, and they had the people on the panel up there. And this one apparently Scott Lang, he's sort of you know gotten really famous talking about being an Avenger and everything, but his daughter is somehow in prison or something like that, and they're all having to go to the quantum realm or something like that. I'm just sort of recounting sort of what they said in the footage. And also, of course, this is where Kang shows up. First time we see Kang not in Loki, right? In fact, I will say this straight up. In the MCU, this is the first time we will see Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is where we're going to see Kang for the first time, not just a statue. And my understanding is that at some point in the footage, Scott meets him and talks to him. And he says, I'm an Avenger. And he's like, really? And Kang's like, oh, have I killed you before? So it's Kang's apparently about to go hard in this movie. I don't know how else can I say. Oh, also Bill Murray apparently is in the movie too, and MODOK apparently also is in the movie. So I mean, my God, what else do you need? What else do you need in this movie, dude? What else do you need in this for real?
Hopefully the blonde Karen is not in this movie to make things much worse. I mean, Jesus, we have. So is this Kang or a version of Kang?
This, as far as well, my God, that's a great question actually. Um, a Kang, a version of Kang. Because remember asking if this is the real Kang, it's not really a good question because there's so many Kangs possible. He Who Remains was telling you like, look, there's worse me's than this, and Kang is one of the worst me's. Um, he's a Kang. How about that? Definitely Kang in the purple suit. That's who he is. And the fact he's talking about having killed Avengers before, it's crazy, man. I'm so curious about this. I don't think we're gonna see any footage from this for a while, but it's also cool that Cassie, Scott's daughter, is doing some superheroics, and they showed in the the press, I guess the press stuff, that there's a version, what she looks like, her suit and everything. So I'm just excited as shit for this. It's just actually, believe it or not, it's coming in February next year. So we're a little over 6 months away from seeing it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Looks pretty cool. We also got they also got some footage for the Secret Invasion show, which is also coming up next year. I believe I want to say it's coming in early, sometime in the spring or something. They haven't set a date for it. But there's some footage for Secret Invasion. They confirmed, obviously Kobe Smulders coming back as Maria Hill, Sam Jackson, Ben Mendelsohn, Amelia Clark, and gosh, there's Don Cheadle's going to be in it as Rhodey. We got Olivia Colman, and I don't know what the name of her character is. And they're doing it. They're doing the whole, people, the Skrulls have taken over people thing. And it sounds pretty cool. He's, Nick Fury's coming back to Earth to deal with this whole situation. So apparently, they just, say that, there's action shots, and Amelia Clark's character's in a lot of action shots. I really hope she's the Skrull Queen, but we'll see. So all that, Ladi, you're, I'm going to take it. You're excited for this show. Like, we get Sam motherfucking Jackson back to deal with these motherfucking Skrulls on this motherfucking on this motherfucking planet. What do you think?
So here's my question: do you introduce Super Skrull before you introduce this Fantastic Four?
Ooh. I hope that they introduce the concept of Super Skrull the way they did it in the Secret Invasion show comic story, which is that the Skrulls have superpowers, but they're not necessarily Fantastic Four powers. They can mimic other powers. I would hope that they don't, though, because Super Skrull is so intimately tied to the Fantastic Four. I don't want that. I want him to be apart until they have Fantastic Four properly. I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna see. But I really, God, I hate that they had this footage and they're not gonna show it to us because we didn't want to pay thousands of dollars to go across the country just to
Mhm.
see this stuff. Um, so aside from that, that was all the footage shown and everything like that. So let's talk about what this all means. Lottie, um, Kevin Feige announced, because he wasn't done swinging his dick around, that this current this current saga within, we had the Infinity Saga. We are in the Multiverse Saga. Obviously, like who didn't know that's what we were doing? You know, Clearly we were leaning into that. But as a part of that, Phase 4 is ending, and we are going into Phase 5. And they showed the full slate of Phase 5, which encompasses the next 2 years, so 2023 and 2024. And it has 12 projects that are coming out as part of that. And they are, in order, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, Secret Invasion, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, that's coming out in May. Echo, the follow up to Hawkeye, is coming out next summer. Loki season 2 also next summer. The Marvels coming out in July 28th of next year. Blade scheduled for November 3rd next year. Ironheart, it just says fall 2023. We'll see. I think Blade's supposed to be a movie, so Ironheart probably because it's a TV show. Agatha Coven of Chaos, either in winter of 2023 or early 2024. Daredevil Born Again, spring of 2024. Captain America New World Order on May 3rd of 2024. And Thunderbolts, closing out Phase 5 in July 26th of 2024. Obviously, these dates can change because, schedule bumps and what have you. But that's 12 things over the next 2 years. And it's not even really 2 years straight. It's really more like a year and a half, if I'm reading this right. So on the course of a year and a half, we're going to have 12 projects that spell out Phase 5. And then Phase 6 was also announced. And it only has 3 things on it. And they are starting in November 2024, November 8th. Fantastic Four is finally going to come to the MCU. Then in 2025, people have been asking, when's the next Avengers? The next Avengers is going to be in May 2nd of 2025. Avengers: The Kang Dynasty. And then later on that year, November 7th, Avengers: Secret Wars. This is what it's all been building up to. Kang is in Loki. Kang is in Ant-Man. And I bet Kang is going to be in some other stuff beyond that. He's going to be like Thanos and shit. And Secret Wars is going to be right after that. And if it's not Secret War, it's Secret Wars. And I have a feeling that this is based on this recent comic book in which all of the multiverse was sort of destroyed and crammed into this one world called Battle World, where different universes took up a different geography in this gigantic world. And in the comics, Doctor Doom was the god emperor of the whole thing. So that's where we're heading, man. People been asking, where are we going? What's the point of Phase 4? What's this all about? Phase 4 has been set up for Phase 5 and Phase 6 and the eventual Avengers gigantic threat thing. All right. Did a lot of talking. Lottie, in the course of winning Comic-Con, Kevin Feige just dropped a gigantic, paradigm shift for us fans. And how do you see this? How do you take this? What's your take on these announcements?
I'm excited for them. The only thing that I have against it, I don't like the name,
Which
and
one?
I don't like that it's called Avengers. I know it's marketing. I know it is for marketing, but honestly, I kind of wish that they'll drop the Avengers name because this is bigger than the Avengers. You know what I mean? Like this is bigger than just Avengers. Because I understand the whole thing with the Avengers is the whole thing with this is like multiversal shit. You know what I mean? This is
Hmm.
beyond the Avengers. This is going with heroes from other universes and timelines and things like this. Like I am interested how they're going to do this. I'm very interested on how they're going to do this. Like the Kang movie, I can see, but this Secret Wars, is this going to be a two-part movie? Or is this
Who
part
knows?
two? Or is this the part two of Kang?
Oh,
Like, is Kang like at the end of this first movie? He's like, after everybody like thinks they won, he just does like some crazy shit. And then they wait everybody alone from all these different multiverses wake up on this planet and he's like, fight bitches. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah. It's. I'll say this much. I think we may in Secret Wars, we may see the first $300 million Marvel movie. The three
it
hundred
might be more
dollar
than that.
to make it 300
I think it'll blow past that.
because the
I think
holy
that's a low
shit
ball. I think
that
that's a low ball.
I'm
I think
telling
this
you.
might get up to 500 million.
Well,
Uh,
I don't think
honestly,
I don't think they do that because their return on investment will be bad.
well, yeah,
How much they
well,
need to make, but I think they may do be a this may be a $300 million just to make it because I'm telling you, the Secret Wars comic series is possibly one of the most ridiculous setups possible. And then when I say if this were animation, this would be nothing, right? But live action, the amount of different stuff they got to make. I mean, to put into perspective, all that shit they had to do for Thor: Love and Thunder, right?
hmm
To all the sets and stuff. Imagine them having to do that 4 times. That's what we're talking about. They're making realms that are different from each other, right? And not to mention the amount of cast. There's literally within the battle worlds on Secret Wars, the police that the kind of the police of the entire realms are Thors. Every kind of multiversal Thor, they keep the order on Battle World for Doctor Doom. They have a Marvel Zombies one. They've got I think they've got one just for like Norse gods. They've got Old Man Logan. They've got so any place that exists. Even the Ultimate Universe where Miles Morales is. All of that exists in these things, and it's expensive. I'm telling you, it's going to be expensive as shit to make. So they're not playing. If can we just say that Marvel they're not fucking around at all.
and I'm gonna just tell you this: Sony will be stupid not to get their hands in this movie.
Oh, if I'll say this much, they're talking about Spider-Man is going to be more street level. They're taking him away from the Avengers shit for a while. I bet you he is. Tom Holland's got one more Spider-Man movie, one more movie on his contract with Marvel, because he's got to be in one more Avengers movie. I bet you he's in the one in 2025. I bet you that's the
Yep.
one he's in.
I'll get shit. Sony's smart. I'll get what's his name too. I'll get
Can I get Tom Hardy in this bitch?
Get Tom Hardy. I'll get Andrew Garfield. I'll get Tobey Maguire. You throw everything.
God.
Throw everything. Throw all of them. Every old cat. I will go get Hugh Jackman. I will go get.
I'm just saying, like,
Bring
don't
back
don't
everybody.
don't get my hopes up. Damn you!
Yeah,
For the Spider Man.
everybody. Bring every person who put on a suit that was a good reviewed movie. By the way, you don't want to get the bad reviewed movies.
Morbius.
Who
Bring
put on
Morbius in
a
this bitch.
not Morbius,
Bring
but bring all the Marvel heroes that had a good reviewed movie. Bring them back, put those suits on them, and watch how people will lose their ever living. Oh my, people will absolutely like go crazy if they do that. I'm just everybody, just bring them all because let's just be honest. There's Valhalla. Bring back the mighty Thor. Bring them all back. It's everybody. Just everybody's invited. It's like the Smash Brothers. It's like the Smash Brothers meme. Everybody's in.
this. I'm just saying this is all crazy. I'm so hyped. I'm not. I'm so hyped for all of this. Yeah, it's 3 years from now. Give a damn. I'm hype as fuck. And here's the thing: there's shit they ain't even announced. D23 is coming up in about 5-6 weeks. They haven't even announced some stuff that we know is coming, right? So I mean, how could what's all this Marvel fatigue shit? I don't believe it. I do not believe it. It's not real because they keep it. They're keeping it coming. It's not gonna stop. This train is not gonna stop. I keep telling y'all, one day somebody's gonna listen to me. The smoothest criminals in the game over at Marvel Studios. Kevin Feige came out there. He knew what he was doing. He came out there. He came out there like the Kingpin. Am I right? He came out there like Wilson Fisk, like he run this joint, and he totally ran away with all of Comic-Con. They won. Marvel won Comic-Con, right? They won because they know what they're doing. They got a plan, and the plan's got all this shit. And people keep saying, I'm getting so tired of Marvel. You know what? You keep watching that shit though. Can't be that tired of it. You keep watching it. I'm just hats off to them because the hype is real and I'm on it. So, I don't know what you guys think about it. That's why I feel about it. So, anyway, that was very long. A lot of news. What do you guys think about Comic-Con? What do you guys think about all of these announcements? What Marvel did, DC, anything we missed? Maybe we missed something. You could let us know about it. Get down to the comment section. Give us your thoughts. Give us your suggestions, and we'll talk about it maybe in the future. And while you're down there, why don't you hit that subscribe button, join the Super Not Funny Show family, help us grow this whole channel. And, of course, you can always hit the notification bell to let you know when we drop new content. And, we're doing this podcast. Of course, we also do reviews. And many reviews are coming up soon because, man, a lot of stuff is about to start coming out. So, but also, I can't do this podcast by myself. Ladi, he's always there with his insight and his comedy and all that stuff. So, Ladi, why don't you tell them where they can reach you on social media?
You can always find me on my Instagram, which is Anukinihun. It's spelled ANUKINIHUN. Again, it's ANUKINIHUN. And of course, you can also find me on my YouTube channel, it's KeenyHoon25. I try to upload content on a consistent manner. So if you ever, stop by, leave a like, a comment, or subscribe.
Yeah, you guys go over there, show Ladi some love. Hit that subscribe and hit some likes. Just like on this video, hit a like. Show us some love on this video. All right, all you Fabricants and Fleshbags, thanks for joining us on the 61st episode of the Supercast. Come back next week. We got plenty more nerd stuff to talk about, more superhero stuff to talk about, and probably some more aftermath from Comic-Con. Until then, I've been Mole Poupe, your resident fabricant and comic extraordinaire on all things pop culture, joined by the anime expert, video game designer, and lover of all things superhero, my good friend Ladi. And we'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.
Peace.